What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Kojak, and today we're just going to discuss a little bit about tips and tricks that my clan and I have used in the past and currently that really helps you win clan wars, especially if you're up against some tougher guys. So if you're not winning your clan wars right now, these will really help you. And if you are, possibly leave in the comments if you're doing something different that I haven't mentioned. That way everybody else can learn from it as well. I might miss some things that I've done, but these are kind of the key tips and tricks that I've done and they've really shown to work. So we're just going to jump right into this here. Tip number one, you want to make sure that your clan is at least small enough to where you can count on everybody to be on when they're supposed to be on. This more relates to Diamond Division, which I just played this weekend, and we had some of these problems where some of the members, for whatever reason, couldn't stay on very long or just didn't show up at all, and that really put us at a disadvantage since our bracket's not very high. We like to keep around 6 people, that way we can just run as a 6-man team and finish games really quickly. So try to make sure that you have close friends or people that you really trust to show up and play. Tip number 2, you want to have somebody in your lobby to have the app open. That way, whenever you're done playing a match, or in between matches if you have some downtime, you can check every one of the nodes and just kind of see where other people are with their games. This way, if you notice that a different clan is taking a spot, maybe it's worth 20 points, and you're 10 points down and you see a point that's open for 30 or 40 points. Try to go for that while they're capturing it, because they're going to be busy, so you can end up grabbing extra points while they're just kind of working on the smaller stuff. And so it really does help. Every point helps, obviously. Before you start playing, you have your group together. Maybe you have a 6-man team in a lobby and you haven't started playing yet. You're just kind of talking, goofing around before you start to play. But that same person with the app wants to check all of these different game modes and make sure that they know exactly what's going to be quickest to capture and for how many points. So you want to have a game plan ahead of time. That way you go in, you need this many wins in Team Deathmatch to get this many points. That'll put you at this many points when you capture it, and then what you're going to do next. And you can kind of do that in between matches while you're also checking the app every time like we discussed before. So the last tip that I have that's pretty important, this is the more important one, and it kind of ties everything all together, especially with the 6-man team, checking where everybody is. You want to try to keep most of your matches, if not all of them, under the 5-minute mark. You never want to go all the way through a full 10-minute game. This kind of doesn't apply for domination since there is no time limit. And also it can affect search and rescue and search and destroy depending on if you're winning every match or not, and if somebody's kind of sitting in a corner and you have a hard time finding them. But for every other game mode, like Kill Confirmed, Team Deathmatch, anything hardcore, you want to try to keep it under 5 minutes. And usually with our clan, what we'll do is, if we have domination, you just want to trip cap. We've had a few games this weekend where we were 200-0, and the game went literally as fast as it could go. And so that really helped catch all those points up because the other teams were playing domination, but they weren't capturing them as quickly. So having these matches so quickly does help capture the points faster, obviously, but it also cuts down on the overall time because, half the time you get out of a game and you're sitting in a lobby for more time than you actually played the game. You have 4 hours to play Diamond Division. You have a 4-hour window to get as many games in as you can, as many wins. And we had periods where for 5 minutes we couldn't find a game, so thank God we were able to play with 5-minute matches. The best way to really have these quick matches that we've found out is every time you see a person, you want to be very vocal. Obviously, you're going to have some times where you're like, oh, damn, he got me, and he's over here, but you want to kind of let everybody on your team know where you see a guy and if you've killed him or not. Because then everybody else can picture in their head, okay, there's a guy, we'll use Tremor for example. There's a guy